If this video can reach 25 likes, I will explain why I believe Zorora is a terrible Pokemon. What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, bringing you our Week 7 battle for the WPL. I'm super excited for this one because we are playing against the current champion of the WPL, the Philadelphia Bruxish, coached by Mega Metagross, and he's got a very interesting team. I covered it a bit when I was doing the trades and transactions for the WPL YouTube channel. Unfortunately, the transaction period is now over, so there are no more transactions to make, so I won't be covering that anymore. But anyways, he's got a very nice team. Again, there's a few options that he has for it, and he has dual weather, but no real weather abusers, which is kind of interesting. So we'll go over the team right now. So to start off, his first pick was Zorora, which is one of his Z captains. Zorora is super fast, 143 I believe on speed stat, decent attacking stats all around. Doesn't get Earthquake though, which I actually learned during the match, which is kind of cool, so you'll see that. And it gets a bunch of new crazy moves. It gets Plasma Fists, and it has Volt Absorb, of course. Plasma Fists, which makes it so all normal moves become Electric type, meaning you get your Volt Absorb back, which is really a cool tech. I don't know how useful it's going to be. I didn't expect to see it this match, but I mean, it has decent attack and special attack, so why not? Anyways, that's that. Enough talking about Zorora. I'll give you my thoughts on it based on what you guys do. I'd like to hear in the intro. What am I saying? Anyways, so he also has an Alolan Ninetales, which is very scary. Of course, Veil is threatening to me. I want to make sure I don't have to deal with that, so I brought a lot of hard hitters this week. He also has an Empoleon, a Klefki Bruxish, Weezing, Mega Charizard Y, Dugtrio with Z moves, Scolpy, which is his Z captain, Zygarde 10%, and Alolan Persian. Now, I'm mostly worried about the Charizard, the Bruxish, the Ninetales, and the Dugtrio. Those are the things I'm mostly worried about, because the Dugtrio can obviously trap things, and it's making me run a lot of speed on my Naganadel this week. I didn't really want to, but I kind of have to, so what are you going to do there? Anyways, our team is Naganadel, Arcanine, and Landorus, all with Z moves. Arcanine is our Z captain, Vaporeon, Heracross, Ditto, Electivire, Megaladias, Slurpuff, Bronzong, and Lycanroc, Dusk. Now, of course, our opponent had to go with a mascot pick, picking up Bruxish. Now, Bruxish is actually very scary, so I'm kind of worried about a potentially Swords Dancing Bruxish, which could be very threatening to us. Anyways, let's get into the team that we actually brought this week. I made this team pretty quickly, and so did our opponent. We decided to battle very quickly, actually, and I think we each build in like 20-30 minutes, so it wasn't the greatest build in the world. But yeah, so we have Azazel here, sorry about that. Our Naganadel, which is Lumberry this week, to deal with the Klefki potentially. T-Wave is not very pleasant. So we have Flamethrower, Nasty Plot, Dragon Pulse, and Sludge Wave. I have Dragon Pulse over Draco Meteor because I want to make sure that I could hit things hard. He has two Fairy types. I want to make sure I can hit everything hard and not be at, well, -1 attack, -2 special attack. So like a Sludge Wave should be able to take out the Alolan Ninetales for sure, unless we're at -2. So that's why I decided to go with Dragon Pulse. Anyways, we then have our Lycanroc Dusk here, which is Focus Sash. Not really a reason why it was sashed. Kind of just want to make sure I got a Swords Dance up before I started Cell Rocking things. But he has Hail, so I don't know why I did that, but I mean, you'll see in the battle. So we have a lot of speed, actually enough speed to outspeed, I believe it's the Alolan Ninetales, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's the speed tier we're looking at. It's either that or the, what would it be? Or the Zygarde 10% maybe, one of the two. Or even the Ninetales, I can't remember right now off the top of my head. But anyways, we have enough speed to outspeed whatever that is. We then have a Cell Rock, Drill Run for the Klefki, and I think also the Zorora, and then we have Fire Fang to deal with the Klefki as well, because I think he might be running Magnet Rise this week to deal with our Landorus or something like that, and I'm a little bit worried about that, so I decided to run Fire Fang for that reason. Anyways, next up though, we have the Force here, our Landorus Therian, which is Yachi Berry. It has Earthquake, Rock Polish, U-Turn, and Stone Edge. The whole point is if I get a Rock Polish up, then I can do a ton of damage to the rest of his team, and I have enough speed to make sure that I can outspeed a +1 Scolpy. So just in case he wants to go for a Protect, the turn that's, what is it? Sorry, I have a cat meowing. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? Arcanine speed. So, not Arcanine's. Landorus. Landorus' speed. It's set up so, again, I outspeed a +1 Scolpede when I'm at +2, of course, and an Earthquake just does a ton of damage to the rest of his team, and we have Stone Edge there because Stone Edge does a lot of damage to everything that Earthquake doesn't really hit, like the Weezing does a decent amount too, so yeah, that's really all I have. Anyways, that's that, guys. Moving on, though, we have my pride and joy of this team this week. We are running Fire Z Arcanine. This is one of my favorite sets of all time. I love Z Weather. It's definitely one of my favorite sets. We are Intimidated this week because I want to make sure I could set up on the Scolpy potentially, even the Bruxish because of the Sun, and the Zorora possibly, even though I kind of didn't know it didn't get Earthquake. Anyways, so we have Sunny Day, Wild Charge, Flare Blitz, and Hidden Power Ice. We have enough special attack EVs to make sure that we OHKO the what is this for? What is it for again? Let me check. Enough special, so we OHKO the Zygarde 10%. So that's that. Hopefully we can pick up a few kills with our Arcanine because it is a monster Pokemon, and we are Naughty Nature with max attack and a ton of speed. Anyways, next up though, we have an Air Balloon Electivire here. This is an answer to the Zorora, and I was expecting the Dugtrio, that's why I'm running Air Balloon. But we have Volt Switch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, and Earthquake to do a ton of damage to our opponents. The plan is to just body things with this thing, and it can do a lot of work. So we are max attack, a ton of speed, Jolly Nature, and the rest in HP. And then finally we have our Mega Latias here. I kind of rushed this set a lot. So we're Dragon Pulse, Psychic, Rest, and Sleep Talk with max HP, max special attack, Modest Nature. Really, probably one of the worst sets I could possibly run because he does have a what is it called? Scolipede, and he does have a Ninetales, and he does have a Klefki and an Alolan Persian, and he has a lot of dark coverage on his team. So I think this was probably one of my worst sets to bring, but I mean, I brought it, so we have to see how it turns out. Anyways, let's get into the battle, guys. I'm going to lead off here with my Arcanine because he led off with a ton of things, and none of them are fire resist, or resist both fire and electric. And so I decided to lead off with that and hopefully get up a free Z Sunny Day, because I did think he was going to lead off with his Ninetales to try and get a Veil or something. So I go and I lead off with my Arcanine here, and I'm actually going to be up against the Bruxish, surprisingly. And the reason why I did not, I'm going to pause it here actually, the reason why I did not click Z Sunny Day here, and I clicked Wild Charge instead, was because I knew that I could not live a Liquidation and an Aqua Jet in the Sun from a Life Orb Bruxish. Now I don't know if he's going to have Aqua Jet or not, but I just couldn't risk it. I want to get rid of this thing as quickly as possible because it makes it so that our Naganadel puts in a lot more work because of that lack of priority, and Bruxish just hits so hard with Strong Jaw. So anyways, I'm going to go for the Wild Charge here, and he will actually outspeed us, go for Liquidation, do a ton of damage, and you'll see Wild Charge here will come out and take him out. Unfortunately for us, we go down to about 15%, and we can't live anything from this Ninetales. I go for the Z Sunny Day here just in case, and he goes to the Moonblast, taking us out, so that's fine. It goes down, and I send in my Lycanroc Dust now. On this turn here, he's not going to stay in, there's no way. He's probably, what is it called, Light Clay, to make it so that he is guaranteed to get 8 turns of Veil, which is really good. But because of that, I don't think he's going to accept his Veil right now because he'll just go down to an Accelerock. So I'm going to go for my Swords Dance here. I'm predicting the incoming Klefki, and that actually does come out, which is awesome. And right here I'm predicting the Magnet Rise, so I go for my Fire Fang here, and it has a good chance to KO, but unfortunately it only did 89%, so he's very physically invested, and that means he actually had a very good chance of living the hit. I believe because he was max HP, max defense, making it so he had a very good chance, almost guaranteed to live. But I go for the second Fire Fang there, and for some reason he didn't decide to go for the Thunder Wave. I go for the Accelerock here, and I bring down his Scolipede to Sash, and his Scolipede will just take us out with the Earthquake. And very smart of him to wait till the hail turn ends because that means his Scolipede is still around. I go for my Landorus here thinking he can't do anything to me, and he reveals Endeavor. So our Landorus is at 1%, thankfully they went for the U-turn, so we save Landorus as Death Fodder, and we save it as a useful Intimidator. But I go into my my Naganadel here thinking, okay, I'll go for the Nasty Plot because he's going to go for the Parting Shot here, and I want to see what he goes into. He ends up going into the Zorora, and that's interesting, so I'm going to switch out now, predicting actually the Earthquake, but he goes for the Black Hole Eclipse here, and that was very surprising. Then I realized it didn't get Earthquake, so yeah, that was the only thing he could have done. So that's perfect. Our Naganadel can live any hit, and I now go for the Fire Punch, predicting the Persian come in, and right here you're going to see that only did 43%, which is actually a decent amount. Now I went for the Fire Punch there because, not because I predicted the Ninetales to come out, but because I said, oh yeah, Fur Coat, great, so I can use the Fire Punch, it'll do twice as much damage, thinking that's how it works. No, it's fluffy. The Fur Coat, the way it works, from what I remember, it halves damage, or does like, what is it, 0.67 damage when it comes to contact moves. So a move like Fire Punch, which makes contact, will do less damage than a move like Earthquake, which I go for now, as he goes for the Dark Pulse, doing a decent amount of damage and popping our Balloon, and we can go for the Earthquake and finish off this Persian. So we're doing good here. He sends out his Aurora, I go for the Earthquake again, it should KO, he goes for the Throat Chop, doesn't do that much to us, and he lives on 1%, which is probably 1 health actually, because it did 100% there. So his Aurora picks up a kill, unfortunately, so that kind of sucks. I go into my Naganadel here, and I'm going to click my Sludge Wave, as he's going to go for the, what is it called? The Hidden Power Ice, I believe, or Hidden Power Ground, whatever it may be. And he sends in his Ninetales, and Sludge Wave will take it out, and we pick up a clean, quick, very easy 2-0 win. Well, I shouldn't say very easy, it was very tough. I meant like, in terms of the turns that went by. It wasn't like okay, let's just get through this or stall, whatever it is, that's what I meant. Anyways, GG to our opponents. Very, very good match. I found that the prep on our parts weren't that great, and we both played very, very offensive. I'm surprised he didn't go for the T-Wave on the Klefki on my Lycanroc, because, I mean, Lycanroc put in a lot of work bringing his Scolipede down to its Sash. It threatened the Ninetales so much, and even the Aurora, because a +2 Tough Claws boosted Accelerock does a ton of damage to anything. So yeah, I mean, all I really needed was to make sure that Naganadel got in safely, and at something that wasn't that healthy, and I can just sweep him right there. So that was the plan there, and then I'm happy it worked out for us. Naganadel has not been the best Pokemon for us so far this week, well, this season, but I brought it to most of my games, and just bringing it instills fear into the hearts of my opponents, and that's honestly so much more valuable than most other picks I could possibly have gotten, because it's just scary, and I think that's really important. Anyways, guys, that is the battle this week. I hope you enjoyed it so much. I really hope you did. Said that twice, weirdly. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, yeah, so make sure to leave a like on the video if you did. Make sure to comment down below and answer the comment question of the day, which is, how do you beat a championship level player? And for me, hacks. No, I'm kidding. I think part of it is you have to understand the way they play and then try and play around that. If they're a very aggressive player, make predictions that'll suit that aggression. So if you think, okay, they're probably going to predict me to switch on to this, so I'll switch on to that, predicting that, and that's a good way to do things in my eyes. I try to make sure that I do my best to do a lot of predictions, but at the same time play safe. So I think that's just a good way to play overall. But championship level players, you got to play smart around them. You got to be ready for whatever they can throw at you, and I think that's the best way to play against anyone. Doesn't matter if they're 0-10 or 10-0. So that's that, guys. Anyways, thank you again for watching this video. Again, for the 10th time, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.